Jimmy Williams, Montgomery County Fire Marshal.
Tell me a little bit, Jimmy, about where are we and what type of scene we have here.
We're here in the city of Willis. We're on Trice Street. It's a mobile home park here in the city. Firefighters from North Montgomery County and Conroe responded this morning. North Montgomery County units, they were on scene literally within a couple of minutes, but they had heavy fire coming from the mobile home, a single wide mobile home here in the park. After extinguishing the fire, an extensive search, they found a victim. We believe that victim to be the home's elderly male resident, but we don't have a positive ID at this time, and we don't have a positive on the cause of death. We're pending autopsy, but an investigation at this time is underway by our office. We're working essentially for Willis PD, the Willis Police Department here in the city of Willis. And we'll be briefing them, and we'll go through the investigation. As we conduct the autopsy, we'll know more about the cause of death. The preliminary information we have is the fire started in a bedroom near where the victim was found, and there's no indication that there were working smoke detectors.
That was my next question. You have any idea of what may have been the cause? And
We don't have a definite cause. We're looking at several different items, such as whether space heaters in use, was there cooking unattended, any of those things we're looking at, trying to eliminate those causes as we speak. And again, we'll know more once we have an autopsy. But one of the big contributing factors, we're less than a 2 or 3 minute response time for the fire department. When they arrived, this home had been burning for quite a while because there was no discovery early on by the occupant. Apparently, we don't have any working smoke detectors.
Gotcha. So neighbors didn't realize it either until it was too late.
When the neighbors discovered the fire, it was already well involved, and by the time the neighbors called it in, the victim was already, in the fire and was probably already deceased, and the fire was well underway. So it was threatening other homes in the park. And what we're kind of learning is that, in a lot of these areas here, we have a lot of rental homes. Is there's typically there's a misunderstanding about who's required to provide that working smoke detector, and it's the landlord's responsibility under state law that your landlord has to provide working smoke detectors in every bedroom and every hallway outside of the bedrooms. Once that landlord installs those smoke detectors, then it's your responsibility as a tenant to maintain the batteries. But if you're a tenant and you don't have working smoke detectors, all you have to do is notify your landlord in writing, and they must install working smoke detectors throughout your rental home.
That's a good point. Now, just to recap, you didn't discover any smoke detectors in the facility, in the home.
And looking at the home right now, our preliminary investigation, we've not found any evidence of working smoke detectors or smoke detectors of any kind. So we believe that to be a contributing factor. We'll know more once we see some of the levels of how much smoke. During the autopsy, we'll learn how much smoke the victim consumed and those sorts of things. We'll know more about how they died. But again, a big contributing factor in a lot of these fatal fires is a lack of a working smoke detector.
Now, if there were no smoke detectors in there, charges could be filed against the owner?
There's not a criminal charge. Obviously, there's a significant civil liability, and an investigation will focus also on were the smoke detectors ever provided, were they removed by the tenant. But the biggest problem we see with a lot of tenants is they believe that maybe they're supposed to go and get the smoke detectors because there weren't any when they moved in. But again, I want to make that clear. Under state law, your landlord's required to install working smoke detectors and have them working when you move in. And after that, then it's your responsibility to change out the batteries. But you don't have to go buy them. Notify your landlord. If you have issues, your landlord doesn't want to provide them, then we advise everyone to contact our office or contact your local fire department.
No age yet, just
No.
elderly male. Okay. Any other comments you'd like to add? Approximately how many firefighters did you have on scene?
We had firefighters from North Montgomery County were here on scene with three units in a ladder truck. They were assisted by units from the Conroe Fire Department for a total of about 25 firefighters on scene. They were able to bring it under control fairly quickly, but not before, obviously, the victim was killed by the fire.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other comments?
That's it.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, Lloyd.
Name and position one more
Jimmy
time.
Williams, Montgomery County Fire Marshal.